All right, let's just write it out. Not too sure. It should be live on both Twitch and YouTube, but it will be my first time going live on both, so bear with me. Let's see here. All right, seems to be working. My one and only. We'll take it. I guess I'll just get started. Meanwhile, see what happens. Technically, this should be something else. Where's deck list? Let's go. The streams. Nah, I'm not doing that. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna keep it like that until we find the actual list that we're gonna use. For now, just I guess ignore that. I don't really know. Theme collections. Honestly, that's just gonna stay like that. Let me check my wonder picks and then we'll get started on the expert solo battles. We'll do the free one. Alright, ones. The only cards I'm really looking for is the Lycanroc EX because it'll complete the Pokedex, and then Celesteela 1-star. Because it's the only 1-star I didn't pull. That's about it. And I guess anything that's like 2-star or higher, we would go for that as well. And right, real quick, checking something here, and let's go with Boswell. Only darkness, 3 diamonds or less. The other ones don't really matter. Let's go. I guess I should open in my own thing. Let's go to... I like using Cerebi. I don't know what other website has Pokemon stuff. Like... more laid out, like more plainly laid out, but it works for me. Solo battles here. Alright, let's go expert. Alright, the Buzzwole list. Has obviously 2 Buzzwoles, 2 Pheromonsas, Kartana, Celesteela, Pokeball, Beastie, Leaf Cape, Cyrus, Research, Lusaminiant, Red. Red we don't care about ever. Let's go here. Type Anti Buzzwole. Except it has to be all darkness. The coin doesn't really matter. And it has to be a deck that has let me look at the new cards, right, basically. Let's see if we could do something with the new stuff. Let's just go darkness. And 3 diamonds or less. Let's see what we got access to. See, at least these are weak to fighting, so we could actually use these. This less so. Not really big on these cards, and then this is already... Let's see if we can make this work. The only issue being that with Celesteela, they get to swap stuff out, so we might have to lean towards something that can... What's the word? Like corner. We might have to go Arbok. But other than that, let's see here. Because we gotta think that what are the numbers we're trying to hit here? Volso's 140. That's actually not that bad. 70 from Pheromosa. Kartana is only 60, and then Celesteela is 120. One thing that I noticed for sure, let's clear this real quick, is due to Celesteela, something we probably have to play no matter what is Barb. To the point where we might cut out the Ultra Beast stuff, but definitely need at least that. Lusamine could technically fuel these, but they're all very low end stuff. Here's where I start like leaning towards plagiarizing myself. We look at what I did in the past. Go to videos here.
What have you
Alright. In the past I did like a Scolipede list. This could Scolipede could technically work here. The only poisoning I was using there was the Whirlipede and the Poison Barb. That would allow me to use Lily. Well, let's put some staples, right? Got Pokeballs, of course. Research. Would we need comms? Probably not. My issue with Weezing is that if they start switching around, it goes really downhill from there, right? Because like the poison doesn't matter. What is the retreat cost on these guys? 2. Just 1. Just 1. Leaf might not be necessary. Potion might be necessary in the sense of like to play around Cyrus if they're like using Pheromosa. Let's initially go with 2 potions, and then if it results that we don't really need it, we could cut it. Let's go double potion. I feel like we need a big swing. Like, I don't think this could knock out a Bulbasaur anytime soon. Like, yes, we burn, but we're hitting for 40. And technically, even if they haven't missed with haven't changed Celesteela, it just needs 1 energy. This needs 2 energy. I'm trying to see, do we get away with playing, like, what do we want to play on top of it? You know, for the sake of it, I'm gonna try my coughing, my favorite cards basically. Let's go coughing, Weezing, and Koga, and this will be the starting point of us trying to beat this. Do I think it's gonna work? Not really, if I'm being honest. I think the fact that Celesteela lets them get out of the way makes it kind of complicated. Why would I play these versions? My bad, misclick there. Double Koga. Yeah, I'm gonna start off with this, and we'll see how it goes. And yep, let's see. If it works out, then we'll edit the actual deck list to reveal that. But this is just testing right now. And I didn't make a proper size like logo to cover up that in the meantime. Unless, does this work? I guess this does work, huh? Okay, yeah, let's do that instead. Oops. Let's go hide deck list and move you here. There you go. That way there's not just a blank space. Alright, so we led the perfect coughing hand. Now will it matter in this setup? I don't know. Buzzwole, Celesteela. Okay, this is what I was worried about. Because they get to go around poison so easily. Ideally here we see the jellyfish. Alright. They can't attack just yet. Also, they're not playing, if I'm not mistaken, they're not playing any form of like hand disruption. Yeah, they're not playing any of that. So we could stick to this. Poison barb's unnecessary. It's for like non-wheezings or once they're like really set up. Like once we set up the wheezing. So for now, I think this is fine. We'll just pass. It's for like Alright, let's see something here. Not sure what's going on. Alright, so all they did was charge energy pass, which is as expected, I guess. Let's see here. Alright. Research first. Although the play is going to be pretty simple. It's just like wheezing, poison, and a swing. Again, no hand disruption, so we're not really scared of anything. The second coughing is huge too. Let's go wheezing here. Gas leak. Poison barb, I would put it after the fact if they have anything that could. I guess I could technically put poison barb in the sense, like in the world where they put down like a pheromone and start swapping, but at that point, that's when I'll add the barb. Don't want to waste it on something that's already using poison. So let's just tackle for 30. And we're doing 20 instead. This might work outright if the computer... One thing that I haven't tested is if the computer recognizes that, oh, I'm poisoned, let me get out of the way. Although here, it'll be... They have two options, right? Swinging for 30 or bring out for Hermosa. Alright, it seems like they're completely, like... oblivious to the fact that poison is, like, knocking them down. Which is good to know. We might be able to cut the barbs if that's the case. However, here we do 30. We lose wheezing if we keep it in play, right? I think I'd rather sacrifice the coughing. Might as well. We haven't really committed anything to this. Nor do we have a better play. Like, if they don't respect the poison, what we easily do is, we start playing Giant Cape over the barbs immediately. If we deal 20, it goes down to... Yeah, I don't know. Let's just do 20 here. This game's definitely just like a learning game, seeing how they react to certain situations. As you can see, they do not respect the poison whatsoever, which is crazy to me. I honestly thought that was going to be a big deal on how to like handle this. We do have to keep in mind that they do have Lucamine, like once this Buzzwole is gone. And they'll be able to swing for 120 with the one in the back line. Let's go two-step. I almost don't want to lead. Let's go like this instead. keep the Weezing alive. Here we go, Barb. Could evolve here and just pass. The potions, although they haven't done anything in this game, are meant for the Pheromosa, like the cards that they're other playing, the Katana and stuff like that. Since when does it take so long to actually, like, you're an AI, just play, right? This is so odd. Did we break the game? That has never happened to me, where it took so long to make a decision. Yeah, we that was like to be expected, or so we're gonna get rocked real quick, but it's fine. So it's considering for 130. That's good to keep in mind. Cape doesn't do anything once we lose a body. We do get the poison off. However, they just knock us out the following turn and we're just done, like done for, right? So it does seem like we're gonna have to lean back on like a Scolipede play. Scolipede. Barb isn't as important. Yeah, this is a wash, but there was like things to learn from here. We could definitely learn from that one. In the meantime, we will unleash the Ultra Beast. That is the Hawaiian monster. Alright. I don't know if my camera could pick that up or if it's legible. I'm trying to see. It says unleash the Ultra Beast. Okay. That's wild. Not a sponsor. Also, I started using Stream Elements. That's how I'm like streaming on both. And it gave me like a sponsor thing with Factor. And I was like, I'm not sure how this works. And the next thing I knew, it like booted me. Also, is it me or is like the background music like too loud? Hold up, let's lower it just a bit. Couldn't hear myself for a second. Back to the drawing board. Although we did learn some things, they do not care about being poisoned. They just tank it and keep going down. So with that, we probably could cut Barb. Let's definitely add Cape though. What else is there? Wasn't sold on these guys, granted. It was only one game, right? But we need something that hits harder and can take more hits than these cards. Although they're great to like clean up the pheromosas and stuff, when it comes to just Buzzwole, it's like we need something else. Let's see, Scolda. We could technically go Grimer because it's just a one stage. We don't even need to play. I almost typed the same one. We don't even need to play the rare candy or nothing. Let's see if we could risk cutting those and give me rare candy. Is this too greedy? We could also technically cut this down to 1 and fit the Whirlipede, but let's try this now. If any of y'all have beaten this solo battle with just Darkness type and 3 diamonds or less, because clearly if we go Clodsire and stuff like that, it gets a little easier. But you know, that's not what we do in this channel for whatever reason. It's how I started doing it, and it's how I kept doing it. All right, going second. I think that's beneficial. It's not like they're evolving or anything, so they This, however, is not the start we wanted. Like, I'm not gonna complain about it, but we do get to swing for 70 quite early. That might be enough to win it outright. All right, they're hiding behind both so early, which we don't blame them for that. That makes sense. Let's go Pokeball. I guess we want coughing. Although we're not playing Leaf or nothing. This list is pretty greedy now that I think about it. Alright. Interesting that he decided to go for the back line. If this is the case also, we might just like punt the poison stuff too and just try to aggro this. If we just go focus on Scolipede, maybe we'll use cards like Lily to keep it up in life. Maybe play like Sabrina's and stuff to drag out the back line. I don't know, maybe there's something there. Okay, swapping Buzzwoles now. Guess there's no reason not to evolve Weezing, but there's also no reason. Wait, there's a play here. There's a play here. A turn from now we get to do it, where we back up into Weezing with the 2 energy. We Koga it back. Like yeah. We have a play there. We have a play brewing in the back line. Thanks to Koga. Interesting. They're just playing Hot Potato now. That does put us in range of Buzzwole, and unfortunately, they do play Cyrus, right? So the chances that they have it is very, very high. Again, the first few games, honestly, what y'all have seen on my channel is me literally posting like once everything's like settled, like I figured out everything. I've done these like expert solo battles, probably like 10 games per solo battle, just to make sure that I find a deck that's consistent. Like you see here, we learned another thing, which is we might not have to like worry about poison. We need to worry more about like having lilies and stuff to heal up the Scolipede. Like Weezing didn't do anything here. Whatever Lego, the jellyfish thing doesn't help us. That beast type would be irrelevant technically had we had Lily to heal up. That's fine. And by fine I mean like we definitely like lost this one, but technically no wait, there is one win condition and we did not see it. Because now he hit for 130 with the big beat due to the beast type. The win condition would have been seeing the jellyfish, in which we swing for 30, poison takes it to 20, and then we win on the turnaround. But I think yeah, we're gonna go focus fully on Scolipede. Maybe the jellyfish as well. We'll keep the jellyfish just to have a taste of the new set, you know, like a little sprinkle of the new set there. Alright, let me check something here. Alright, let's go back to the drawing board. Well, I feel pretty good about our next list. We're gonna cut off both of these, which means no Koga. Rest in peace. That I love the card, but it's just not it. I was about to be a fiend. I forgot to craft my second Lily, but for now it's fine. We'll craft it if the list works, right? Like I had the points for the immersive Lily, I just never actually used them. I was between that and the Rainbow Decidueye is the issue. Let's add Whirlipede. Leaf maybe could work. Maybe a potion, because they still do have the. Let's go potion. Would we actually need leaf though? I don't think so. Or maybe we don't need potion. Let's try no potion and let's add. The card just escaped my head. Barb. Barb's gonna be our main way of poisoning stuff. If they attack into our early stuff, that's about. But then we do we need cape? Because we're at 140, they would need 2 points for Buzzful to knock us out, which probably won't happen. Let's get rid of capes. Okay, and then let's put potion. All right, this feels better. Let's see. Let's try this out. Going into it, I thought it was gonna be harder, but again, them not respecting, I'm not using Celestelia properly to like avoid the poison or get rid of it. Definitely made it like open the line. That's far easier. So we're aiming for winning with only darkness and the 3 diamonds or less. Let's get it. If this works, we'll probably just finalize the list. Would it be record time in doing it in 30 minutes? I don't know. All right, going second. Again, that is preferred because we get advantage on the energy. However, this is not the start we want. Maybe I should put communication in the deck rather than the second potion. However, them having Celesteal is probably not their ideal thing, but it doesn't matter for them. They just easily swap back out. Alright. Yeah, it's to be expected. Whirlipede is probably the worst card we could have drawn there. Maybe the jellyfish is too greedy. I wanted to keep it in there for the sake of what it does, right? Like, and it's an Ultra Beast from the set. But it being the only thing that could poison alongside Barb, maybe it's too greedy. Time will tell, of course, right? We got another one here. Wait a minute. This stacks, right? Wouldn't this just knock it out? Oh no, it's 30, it's 30. For a sec, my math was off, but the idea is sound. Okay, so maybe it holds its own on in the lineup. Now I really wonder, do they keep the Pheromosa on board or? Okay, they respect it. Realistically, the double Celesteela definitely cancels out poison. Because now they just swap it right back out. And it's like if nothing happened. Which is why we play the Barbs. Okay, things are coming together technically. Build here. They could easily swing for 100 with this, so I'm not going to put out Venipede just yet. Let's just get to knockout. If they have... I keep forgetting its name. Lusamine? Yeah, Lusamine. Then they definitely get the knockout, but... Honestly, I've never had this. I don't know if it's like, since I'm streaming to multiple things, so my connection's a bit sketchy or whatever. I really don't know. But like, it's so slow. Alright, they got the knockout there. Honestly, I looked away for 2 seconds and their board snapped. I don't know what's going on. Definitely the option here, I guess. We have potions, so we could technically play around Cyrus if we wanted to. No reason not to. Really need to see Scolipede though. Let's go like that. Poison Sting. Okay, not looking too good. Luckily, they have no way of like swinging for 3 next turn, so there's still time, right? And we get to poison now. Alright, the beast type makes it where they swing for 40 here, except they're backing out. They're doing a whole bunch. I don't even know. Okay, what they're doing is getting rid of the poison. Okay, that makes sense. I'm like, what's going on? We really need to see Scolipede here. No better way than drawing 2, right? Okay, apparently there's definitely a better way because we didn't see anything. However, we could get there. No matter how they flip around or whatever, they have to run into this. We're gonna have to potion here so that they can't knock us out with Kartana. They're forced to go in with Bullswole. And then all we need to do is draw Scolipede next turn so that we're able to rare candy into it. So I think we're set as long as Bullswole stays active. I'm pretty sure we set it up in a way where it has to be. Even if they play around the poison, it's gonna get re-poisoned. And I'm pretty sure we get to close it out. If there's anything outright that I would change from this list, it's probably adding a communication. Maybe we'll drop a leaf for it. Alright, so this is all that stuff that we prepared for or expected. Not sure what Lusamine does in this situation. Alright. So wait, I think we win regardless, right? Because even the 20 damage Venipede is enough to knock it out. Now end of turn deals 20. Yeah, okay, so we got it regardless of drawing Scolipede or not. Regardless, I guess we'll try to show it off, see how it works. What's a good thing? It's a good thing we win it regardless, right? I feel good about this list though. I think we could say that this will beat the challenge. So let's go real quick into see here.
Vinny, this is one of my. It's sort.
Nah, hold up. All right, let's make the changes to the list before I forget. Finally, that's all we wanted. Winning with only darkness and 3 diamonds or less, all in one. We got it. The rest is just repetition, really. Let's go. I think we can edit from here, right? Yeah. That's technically a new thing. Let's get rid of this leaf. I don't see us ever really using it. And going straight for Pokecom. Just the one. And let's build this deck on Limitless so I could put it into the layout. Scully. Whirly. The golden Lego does look clean. I just went hard on getting the Pokeballs last set, and I don't feel like doing the same for a card that might not see as much play as I want it to. Granted, it's up to me how much play I see with it, right? Professor. And then Lilies. Alright. You know what? Let's save the list. Let's actually craft the second immersive lily. Actually have a pack to open. Sure. We're still missing cards from Extradimensional. Might as well. Let's go. Quick detour from the main event. Nothing. As to be expected. The cards I'm missing are the Lycanroc EX, just the standard 4 diamond version, and well, that's it for the completeness set. The card that I want that I haven't gotten yet is a shiny Greninja. All right, so let's go into Celestial Guardians. And let's just craft it. Go all the way down. I think it's 1500. Yeah, let's do that. Officially saying that I'm never opening a Solgaleo pack. And just like that, we got 2 immersive lilies. Actually, while that's going, I'm gonna keep doing what I was doing here. Download image. Let's go to Photo P. What is this? 11 cards. Okay. Yeah, so just like that, now we have 2 lilies. Which they didn't really come up in our successful run, did it? But it works out nonetheless. Here. We're almost ready. Hold up. 5. Export as anti-buzz. Also, if any of y'all like multi-stream, do you know how I could see the vertical chats anywhere? Like, because currently it's only showing me Twitch and like YouTube, like landscape. I don't know if I'll be able to see if they comment on TikTok or something. Which is fine, I guess. I just don't, like, if I'm actually getting people, like, talking through there, I don't want to just ignore them. Alright, let's go back to my layout real quick. Hide the logo. And show the proper deck list, which is, in fact, this one. That should work. Alright, that's the list we're running for this. These are essentially the official games, so... Let's put the Lily into play, of course. Remove here. Alrighty. And here goes the official attempt. And we got going second. I feel like we got him going second every time we've attempted it, but... Okay, so they drew every Pokemon they have access to, I guess. Alright. Yeah, no, Celesteela is such a strong card. Whether they use it properly or not. I guess we're happy to see that they only have one on board, right? Because it's when they have two that they really play around poison. I guess we could play like this. Not how I imagine to play this out, but it'll work out. If we draw a rare candy, we'll probably try to trade this out. If not, whatever Pokemon we draw after this, we'll trade for hopefully a Scolipede. We're trying to play where Beast Type does not matter. And if we think about it, right now we knock out this Kartana on the follow-up, right? The only issue is that if they have Glutamine, their Buzzwole is pretty stacked. Let's evolve here. Is there a reason to use poison? I mean potion. Not necessarily. There's nothing that could knock us out next turn. So let's feed this. We're going to hold this and hope to trade it for Scolipede next turn. And for now, just swing here. The most they could do is give Buzzwole 2 energy and it'll swing for 30. And then we could heal for as much as 80 next turn, right? We're okay with that. However, if they don't see, if we don't see Scolipede, then we're in danger. Alright, the V-Stite. Honestly, we don't worry about that at all. If they're going to swing, the reason we play Potion is exactly for this situation, where we keep our Jellyfish safe from their Cyruses. And once again, we get the knockout here, most likely, right? Now it's confirmed, because we get to put the second Jellyfish down. We're just really hoping for Scolipede here. I think it's guaranteed, actually. Oh, yeah, it's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. Due to the ratios we have. Alright, perfect. Technically, we don't need to put both down, but there's no reason not to. Again, playing around Cyrus. We don't want that to happen. Although they're out of Beast Types and stuff, so it doesn't really matter. Fuel here. Put us back to full health here. And at this point, there's nothing they could do. With whatever they swing at, if they swing at Scolipede, they get poison, it's just GG. And if, and again, they're only playing Cyrus, which is why we're playing Potion. They have no way of, like, swapping out our front line. Yeah, it's GG. So, okay, this list, I'm confident in. I could definitely post this and be like, yeah, okay, they didn't even have the Lusamine or nothing to do nothing. Funny enough, it probably, like, saves their life more that they haven't attacked yet. But again, we two-shot this, so. As always, though, we do multiple examples for the videos, so. Although this one worked perfectly fine, we'll see that it just should work every time. And now we're even setting up a second one. Like, in a world where they somehow found a way out of this. We're another Scolipede away from just playing another one. Yeah, and the tools they used, like you saw, the Beast Type never came into play. The Leaf Cape bought them a turn, but it didn't like didn't do anything for them. So it's like nothing we're actually gonna like we have to respect or anything. So there's no need for Guzma in this solo battle specifically. I feel like they're just gonna continue to swap their Pokemon around until they have no choice but to get knocked out. They're not gonna swing into anything, so. if we were greedy, we could even just like force their hand by swinging with the jellyfish, but then they just drop a second Celesteela and we don't do much. Interesting. Again, none of this matters. We already have 2 points, so the Buzzwole or the Celesteela, they all mean the same. And now they're just delaying the inevitable. You see, this is what I was talking about, where we have to basically put 2 down. And the only reason I'm not sacrificing the jellyfish just to force them to swing at it or force them to get poisoned is because there is a challenge for not allowing them to have any points, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm just proving it that you could definitely do it without losing any points. You see, now their hand's forced. Everything we swing at just gets knocked out by the 70, so... And just like that, GG's. But as always, we do multiple, so let's jump to a different example. We almost got the deal 1500 point one now too. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. I feel pretty confident with this list. I don't see it like actually like, granted we could break, but it feels like a little too consistent in the situation we're given. Alright, going first. We have Venipede into Scolipede. Is it mere that these cards look like tiny? I don't know, kind of tripping me up. Maybe that's just the normal thing. I don't know. Yeah, there's no reason to lead the jellyfish. And we are going first. Okay, so that's something different. I feel like we've gone second every time before this. See here, turn 1. We got the research. Let's definitely empty the deck out of any Pokemon because this is guaranteed jellyfish or Venipede. And I know I don't know how to pronounce it, honestly. I just feel like every time I say it, I butcher it, so that's why we're sticking with jellyfish. Okay, we got Barb. Barb is huge in this situation. The only thing that would be even better is if we had a rare candy. Although with nothing on their board, I think with everything on their board, we're safe because we could just go into Whirlipede. There's no reason not to commit everything to the board. Let's just go. Hopefully we start seeing more cards that actually help us. Like if they attack here, they're just knocked out, and we don't even need to swing with the Venipede. They take 30 here and 30 when we pass turn. There's the rare candy. High key, I think we're gonna commit to the hurt one to evolve just so it can survive more situations. Granted, we do need to see Lily so that we don't lose to a Buzzwole with Lusamine play, but it would still take a few turns before that happens. So the only reason I didn't want to put the Whirlipede up front is because we don't play Leaf. Like we cut Leaf from the final list, right? So. Alright, so they gave the energy to Formosa and then ran away. They have no idea how to deal with this situation. Honestly, I could not make, like, a better hand, basically, for us. Alright. Feel really confident with this list. Honestly, I feel like anybody who just, like, copies it card for card, you should be fine. Obviously, there's like certain play arounds, like you don't want the jellyfish up front. You definitely want to potion up your back line if they were to tag it with Pheromosa to play around their Cyruses. Because if you're able to play around Cyrus, a lot of their, like half their deck becomes like unplayable. Now we start building up a backup Scolipede. And now it's gonna look a lot like the first game, where it's just like they start swapping around until like they can't anymore. They didn't even attack, which is just crazy, dude. Let's start spreading some damage. I mean, energy here. And now it basically comes down to that one Celesteela to take one more hit, and then that's game. Yeah, this is a wrap. Let's just swing and take it out. There's not much to say. Like, now I'm gonna cut, like, if I'm do like a quick little outro for like the YouTube video or something. I'll do it in post. Alright, so I think it's safe to say we can move on to the next extra solo battle. We got the... So boss wall is complete. Tapu Koko. Let's look at what Tapu Koko's offering. Alright, let's check here. So we got Oricorio, doesn't matter because we're not playing EXs. Zeraora, whatever this thing's called, we definitely have to worry about. Pikachu, Tapu Koko. X-Speed, Repels, Double Cyrus, Dawn. And this list doesn't have a way to hit the back like the Pheromosa or nothing, but it does have Repels, which is going to swap out our Pokemon. And for this one we need... Oh, this was no trainers. Water type only, no trainers. Interesting. I think we have to split this one into two, if I'm not mistaken. Because I did once beat trying to remember what set had it wasn't Celestial Guardians, maybe Shining Revelry that had no trainers with only waters. Only colorless. No trainers. Okay, it was Tinkaton. Okay. What did my list look like for that one? It was like, oh, it was just like a water good stuff deck. I don't think that would work. That worked with Tinkaton. I do not see that working with this. And what did I do for space time? Also, if you're just tuning in and you want to see like how these solo battles end up being, like the list that I end up playing for all of them, they will eventually be posted on YouTube, and by eventually I mean in the next within the next week, all of them will be posted. But yeah, I'm just like, oh, I finally found the time to start streaming. I might as well, like, two birds, one stone situation. So make sure, if you're interested in that, you could go to my YouTube and subscribe. It should be linked somewhere. If you're watching on YouTube, then it's even easier. At Men of Steel and everything. Was it Triumphant Light? I believe so. Yeah, it was, right? Yeah. Triumphant Light is where... That was different. But still, we could check this list out as well. Probably one of my more popular videos. Let's go here. All right. What are y'all feeling? Do we do no trainers as well as only water in one video, or should we split those up? Maybe we can find a list that beats Tapu Koko and Lycanroc in just one video. I mean, like one list that does both. Okay, so what do we have to worry about here? We have to worry about Pikachu, Tapu Koko. But they have a lot of early games like stuff. So like Oricorio doesn't really counter this list. However, on a separate page where I have it open, the Lycanroc list, as long as we dodge Lucario, Oricorio actually does something. Let's see. Let's build my generic, like how to beat with no trainers, and go from there. Build new deck. Let's go. No trainers. I have that OCD where like I got these accessories, might as well use them. I never got the coin because it looked too similar to like the basic coin. So yeah, as far as what my no trainer list usually looks like, we have the Froakie Greninja line. We have no trainer, so we can't use rare candy. However, I could use my shiny Froakies. Unfortunately, I did not get Greninja, at least not yet, right? Two of those. Then we have Ninja. This one does not require 3 diamonds or less, so we're not being specific about it. We're playing just our nicest looking cards, I guess. If I remember correctly, this list uses only dark types, or dark type energy, but maybe we switch it up. Let's see. If we do end up using Oricorio, maybe we go water, lightning. Wait, we could use the high rarity one. Let me put this 25% so we see it better. Again, what we're fighting against is Lycanroc, which Lycanroc's hitting for 130. It has 150 HP. Which technically, if you're just gonna beat it with 3 diamonds or less, the best way to do it is definitely Masquerada. So that'll be the video for that, of course. However, with no trainers, the best way was definitely Oricorio to just tank it. However, Lucario does give us a bad time. On the other hand, the other deck has ways of hitting Oricorio that don't matter. How do we counter these guys is the question. How do we counter Oricorio and Zeraora, whatever? What's their HP totals? I know Oricorio's 70, Zeraora's 90. We don't necessarily knock it out with just Greninja. Greninja can't do it on his own. We don't want to play like 17 energies either. Let's see what colorless Pokemon we have access to. What do they have any Sabrinas? No, Cyrus and Cyrus. They both play Cyrus. We're okay with that. Let's go to the newer ones. Well, not the promos. Let's see here. So Valley, what requires trainers to be any importance? If we were to play Ultra Beast, that would be interesting, but Celesteela, not feeling that. Stoutland. I remember this guy doing something decent. As long as attacks used by your opponent active cost 1 more. I don't think that's enough to warrant playing him, especially without any trainers. Oranguru. Like, I'm leaning towards cards like Farfetch and stuff, but I feel like they're just too squishy. Maybe Shaman lets us bounce around easier. The Low Pony, which is literally the Pheromosa, artwork wise and everything, they just copied and pasted that, reskinned it. But let's see here. Whoops, not what I meant to do. Yeah, not too sure. Kangaskhan feels like it's too much of a brick, something that's just gonna get bodied. Let's see here. Really brainstorming somewhat. Technically, we could use Oricorio just as a wall, just to like stand there. Let's see what water and electric Pokemon we have access to. Lightning, I mean. Let's look down for the newer stuff. Definitely not Manaphy. If we end up playing the Arceus line, this Pokemon takes 30 less damage. Not really important, or not really game changing. We play our own Tapu Koko. Doesn't really solve any problems to do this, to do so. The crab. The crab would make sense if we were playing just like an all water deck maybe. Got Pikachu EX that we could use ourselves technically. That might work in an only lightning list. Well, I guess we just replace Jotagon with that, and if it makes more sense. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just treat it as if it was a Jotagon. Granted, it doesn't damage it back or nothing, but let's go with just all darkness like we used to do. Oh, I forgot to clear everything. Okay, clear. Go Zubat. Again, we don't have access to rare candy because we're doing no trainers. Let's go Golbat, Crobat, and then we go Darkrai Arceus. And technically, the final spot could either be like, technically we could put Giratina into this and like slowly build it up, or we could put something like Kangaskhan or Colorless that could attack early. Let's see here. I wish you could find like look up stuff that just attack with one energy, something like that. Kangaskhan, Farfetched. I feel like Giratina will be too greedy. Yo, how's my day going? My day's pretty solid. We set out to do the expert solo battle, guys, and we crushed the first one, Buzzwole. We have that one solved, so that'll be up on my YouTube soon enough. Probably not. I guess it depends how you look at it, right? So later today, technically, in about 12 hours, I have a pack opening video set up. The day after that is when I'll probably post the expert solo battle. But overall, pretty solid day. Let's see here. What was I looking up? Oh, whether we go Darkrai or Giratina. Let's see what are the numbers we need to hit. We're ending the we're this season. I'm finding the time to be able to stream, so I'm hoping that it translates to more like consistent videos, especially when rank opens up. That's what we're grinding. At least that's the plan, anyways, right? Passimian's just 130. Giratina knocks that out. However, Lycan Rockets is for 150. That feels pretty terrible. Tapu Koko's also 130. Pikachu's also 130, or is it 120? 120. So Giratina feels like pretty decent as an option. Maybe just one Giratina and one. Or we could just use Drodagon as a wall anyways. Let's go. Drodagon feels bad though, because without Leaf. But Giratina, you know what? I wonder if Giratina is just too expensive. Because you gotta think, Oricorio's there to be a wall. Technically, the Zubat Crobat line could attack early. We'll build up Darkrai to chip damage. Clearly, Greninja's a standalone chip damage. Okay, let's do the formula thing. How many finishers we want? We got a couple finishers. We got a couple pings. Yeah, let's get another wall. Let's go with let's go Kanga. It will just be out there until it gets knocked out, but at least it's aggressive. Although it feels terrible going into... I don't blame you, this is the best time to grind content. Yeah, for sure. It's, as long as I have the time, right? Access to, right? And the beginning of every season, somebody's looking for something. Whether it's extra solo battles, whether it's deck profiles, even like pack openings just to see like what's in the set. Yeah, Kangaskhan feels bad in the Rockruff against Rockruff, Riolu. Passimian, not really, right? Because Rockruff only searches. Riolu doesn't do anything. It needs 2 energy to attack. Passimian would require two turns. And Kangaskhan takes 2 hits from Passimian. So you know what? Let's try Kangaskhan and then go from there. Just Darkness. Although I'm leaning towards maybe one Kanga, one Drud. I don't know. Let's keep it simple. We'll start like this, see how it goes. What about you? How's your packs been? Were you able to open a lot of extra dimensional crisis, or did you like hold off? I feel like. So yeah, we're just working on the no trainer one right now. Honestly, outside of like content creators, I don't blame anybody who skips this set for what it is. Like on paper, it doesn't seem like insane. Although I do like some of the things they're going for. All right, going first. You got 2 Guzzlords. Honestly, that's probably like the first list that I wanted to try out. So that's pretty solid. Let's go like this maybe. Well, we're going first. Let's not commit anything but the Kangaskhan. For Zubat to work, we need to see Arceus. For Greninja, all we need is a Froakie. Regardless, we don't have the Golbat. I think I'm gonna stop there. We already know next turn the Zeraora actually sounds correct in my head. It's swinging for 50, so Kangaskhan could only take 2 hits of that. Never mind, they're backing out. Okay, interesting. The best part about playing against the solo battles like constantly, like multiple times, is that you start seeing like their patterns, like what plays that they do that are awkward or whatnot, and so on and so forth. Oricorio can't attack in the way we built the deck. However, it could wall if necessary. Let's go here. Dizzy Punch. Yeah, I'm about to say, if Kangaskhan went 0 for 2 there, we probably cut it from the deck immediately. I would just like concede and just take it out the deck. I guess this is a card we could also play. If we go for the lightning and water version. Alright. Yeah, next turn, Tapu Koko is going to go in on this poor Kangaskhan. But we did see Arceus. However, we're missing Golbat, but I guess we're going to commit to this. And yeah, Kangaskhan's its only reason of existing in the deck is just to stand there, deal as much damage before it just gets knocked out. However, just 30 damage is lackluster. We probably need more than that. What would be more efficient? Maybe Null that could hit for 20 and maybe 40. And has also 100 HP, I think, if I don't remember correctly. That's such an unnecessary Dawn. Good to know that they use Dawn, like, randomly. Alright, here's where Oricorio shines. Because even if they start building up the Zeraora, whatever it is, we still get to buy some time. And we could either save this spot for a Froakie, or just... Actually, there's no point, right? We just start poking at this for 20. It's going to be a slow grind, but I think the meta might now have Poison with the new cards. I hope so. I was a big fan of Poison back when Koga... Granted, there was no ranked or nothing, just like tournaments, and I didn't even play in them. Koga Weezing was my favorite deck back then. It's like the first deck I went for. I opened so much Mewtwo packs just for that. Like, the only thing is that Arceus is still a card. PCL is still a card. PCL, I mean Pokemon Center Lady. Like, those are still cards in the meta. Like, imagine some kind of like crazy Poison Claydol situation where your opponent can't even heal. I don't see that being the way to play it, but it'd be cool. Yeah, the new cards have so many poison effects. Yeah, especially with Barb. The first list we used for the solo battles was actually a poison list. What just happened? Oh, they used a Repel. That is a thing, huh? I forgot that exists now. That's something we have to play around. Do we just give them Zubat? Probably. Everything else kind of cost us the game. Because they're playing Cyrus as well. Yeah, they have two Cyruses. So yeah, let's just give them Zubat. Okay, good to know. You see, this is something that I didn't have to prepare for before. I didn't have to care for... I was safe outside of like Sabrina. Now with Repels, it's a different ballgame. And is this the only expert list that has Repels? I think so. Yeah, there's only 5 by the way, so it's not that many, but... Only... Tapu has the... Yeah, we just gotta go right back to this. Another Repel and we basically lose the game, but, you know. And of course we draw the Golbat after the fact. Let's do this. However, this is a test run anyways. We might have to do 2 separate lists. Interesting. They see that the Oricorio and they don't play around it with Aurora. They haven't built it up at all or anything. Froakie. I guess technically... No, we still need like a buffer turn in between. But... Yeah, we can't use Rare Candy, unfortunately. And they already have 2 points, so the second they use Repel, we're not having fun. With Tapu Koko, the easy way was with Giratina because it was one-shots the Tapu for the no trainers, and for the Mono Water, the Gyarados one-shots the whole team. You know what? You're cooking. That is actually very accurate. Yeah, I was thinking about using Giratina. I definitely didn't think Gyarados. Hold up. This high key still might work though. due to like how poorly they play around Oricorio. But we could definitely do. We could just add Giratina to this list, and it'll mean like an easier way to knock everything out. However, this definitely seems like a consistent way of doing this. Low-key, I don't even need to kill that just yet. Let's put an energy on Oricorio so we could back it out afterwards. My only issue with Giratina is that they could follow it up by knocking it out with a Pikachu or something if they have the time to build it up. Also, like, it low-key, like, would have just, at that point, been like a Darkrai Giratina list. Not that there's anything wrong with it, it's just I feel like the casual viewer will hate it. They'll just see the 2 cards and be like, nah, I'm not doing that. Another thing is that this electrical cord does not... Oh, okay, see. This is something we could have probably played around somewhat. Let's see. Wait, they just swap into Pikachu and we lose, right? Yeah, okay. Lessons learned. Alright, let's... Kangaskhan is definitely bad. It's just giving them a free point that we can't afford to do so. Also wanted to ask, it's okay we trade? I'm looking for a Magneton. Yes and no. My fear with the... I also wanted to ask, is okay we trade? I'm looking for... Wait, hold. What? Oh, okay, my bad. I misread the... Okay. If that is the case, people use more like Lumberry item. I completely missed that message before. My only issue with like the trading stuff is that we have like limited materials. And it's like, at what point do I say, like, where is the line between yes, I'll trade and like no? Because if it was up to me, I would trade with everybody, right? Like, I don't mind. Like, if I have cards that people want, I would give them out. My issue is, like, where do I draw the line between just saying yes to everybody or, like, or pickpocketing, like, okay, I'm okay with you, I'm okay with you. Nah, I won't trade with you. Like, that's my only issue with trading and, like, being a creator. Especially now, it's easier now that I'm, like, I have, like, nobody watching me type of thing. But let's say we get to a day where like there's just 20 viewers. How do I pick between the 20 which ones to trade with? Because I don't know. It's weird. No, it's all good. It's all good. I was thinking of like maybe when the point of the main issue is that Tapu is too fast. So if they lead with it and the only answer is fast enough is the Giratina or build any sweeper in the back. Let me go back to the list. I do like the idea of Giratina. The only issue... Kangaskhan was brutal. That was terrible. We could just run it back like this. Why did I put this version when I clearly have this? My bad. The other thing I want to do when it comes to trading is like... My Discord right now is like barren, right? Because I only have like 20, 30 members maybe. And like half of them was from when I used to stream Dragon Ball. It's sort of for like a place where like people could trade amongst themselves. Like I hate that the game itself doesn't have it set up where you could just, I'm looking for a Magneton, like sort of like a marketplace situation. I feel like that wouldn't be hard to implement and it would make things so much easier for everybody. I know technically they want to be like, oh, you know, trade with your friends or whatever, but even in real life, you will go to a local card shop and you could trade with anybody. So I don't understand. But it is what it is. Like I feel like TCG Live, right? If you go TCG Live, they have like an entire thing where like people are putting cards that they're willing to trade and cards that they're looking for, and I don't know. I could be wrong. I haven't played TCG Live in forever. Oof. Joseph Giovanni with the follow. Oh. I wonder why the alert box is not making a sound. Let me see if it's... Let me see if I can find where that's at. Thank you for the follows, though. Dante Lush with the follow. It's so weird. Do I have the alert box muted on this? No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, sorry guys. I just recently swapped to OBS so that I could stream on both Twitch and YouTube. I was using Streamlabs, and I didn't know Streamlabs had like controversy like 5 years ago or something. When I was looking like how to switch my stuff, it's like, oh, you're probably switching because of the controversy. I'm like, what? What happened? Let's practice this real quick. Let's see. All right, let's see. That kind of fixed it, I guess. All right. Regardless, thank you for the follows. Let's see here. For the Tapu Koko, what other cards? The super repels are definitely annoying, but there's not much we could do about them. Like other than having like 2 Oricorios where no matter how they swap it, we're fine. But yeah, I think Giratina might solve that one on its own. The only issue is the Pikachu like hiding in the background, but we'll just run it back like this and see what happens. As far as beating this water only and trainerless, I don't think I could make that in a way that's consistent. Like, I could obviously make a deck, put it together, and play enough times where it'll work, but on paper, we just get bodied by the speed of Tapu Koko and all that. However, you are correct on Gyarados being able to work. Granted, they wall us with Oricorio, technically. I don't know how smart they are with that. Well, we got the entire Froakie line. Not sure how long it's going to survive. Okay, we do have Oricorio. So we're going to be able to get out of the way for like a split second. And then they hit us with Repel and we're in danger again. Okay, they got us with a double Oricorio setup. Okay, you see, they did this last game too, where they started off with Zoraora, whatever. I can't pronounce that guy for the life of me. And then they just bounced around. But now two could play that game. But yeah, this is where I'm leaning towards, like, instead of playing like the cutting all the Darkrai stuff and trying to find some kind of like balance of like water electric deck. It's just how do you fill up that half, right? But I also don't want to play 3 energy. That's ridiculous. So you could repel for days. We don't mind. Go over Ninja there. This lot is basically saved for either Darkrai or Giratina. But honestly, it just feels like we're going to stay here until we poke this. Like, do we just run out of turns? Is this like a viable option? Technically, I could have also put Arceus back there and just built it up. Swing for 130 and it'll be game as well. They only play 1 Pikachu that could one-shot this, right? You know what? Let's do that. Let's just start building up Arceus. I should have started last turn. Would have made it faster, but... Also, I just realized we don't have like a good way of knocking out Oricorio. So let's start hitting Oricorio, I guess. It'll take us 4 turns, but we'll get it like that. I don't feel good about this list at all. That's crazy. And it discards their energy anyways, right? Yeah, the computer doesn't know how to act around Oricorio. That's good to know. Yeah, we should have been tagging the bird in the back this whole time. And then followed it up by knocking it out with Arceus. Like the Pikachu with Arceus. There's Giratina. Although realistically, all that matters is having Oricorios to wall up and then something to tag. Alright, maybe the RCS line isn't too bad because we could build up RCS to attack at any moment. The only thing is that we might lean towards being able to attack with Oricorio instead. Like maybe cutting out Darkrai. For what? I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead, I guess. Because this just sitting on cards that can't attack feels pretty bad. Well, yeah, we just do this. Yeah, I feel good about Arceus. I feel good about Oricorio and Greninja. And I guess Arceus still lets us play the Zubat thing. We just gotta swap out, and then Giratina's like self-reliant, right? So we just have to build something else next to that. And then this is just game. Alright, so we could easily cut Darkrai from the list. Play Water, Electric. Now, like, what generic card fills that hole, I guess? Apparently they released the top used decks in Ranked. Solgaleo was the most used deck in Ranked. What the? I didn't see Solgaleo the entire like last week of Ranked. I wonder like who posted this, like who... Darkrai Giratina being second makes sense. Garchomp and Pardos makes sense. Charizard Incineroar, Decidueye Masquerada Incineroar. Pardos Lycanroc, Arceus EX Crobat. I guess, did I single-handedly keep that one played? I don't know. Interesting. That's random information, but not what I expected. Okay, so we beat it without trainers, of course, but let's do it in a better way, I guess is what I'm trying to get at here. Darkrai didn't do anything. Okay, let's edit here. We'll cut out Darkrai. I guess let's look for like something that could take advantage of the electric or water. Or I guess a colorless Pokemon would work too. Nah, but we looked through colorless, none of them actually caught my attention. Definitely nothing new. I mean, nothing old. I guess a Magnezone line would technically be playable. It gets rid of the Oricorios, but then we're like susceptible to... So the fighting stuff in Lycanroc. My bad, blanked out again. Galvantula has corner technically. None of that feels proper. But oh, I went backwards by mistake. Let's go down through this side. Technically we could play like some Abominable stuff, not really. Raichu. Nothing really standing out as like something that I would play. Or something generic enough to like fit into the deck. Technically Tapu Koko, technically Zeraora also works. But then like let's say we start with the Zeraora, however you pronounce it, and then the first card that pulls up is like a water energy, then it's just stuck there. I guess then we could back out like they did. It would still be better than Darkrai, right? Because like Darkrai's not doing nothing. Let's see here. I'm leaning towards something water. Just not, don't know what. Let's cut the lightnings from here. Yeah, no, not sure. Nothing's calling out to me. I guess we could look back at the generic stuff. Maybe shamans for like free retreats and stuff. Let's do that. Let's do Sky Shaman. Or even the healing shaman would work too. Not like in a generic form, not really. Opening the shaman is gonna be terrible, but I don't know. I can't think of like much else that would fit generically there. Like Darkrai doesn't do it. At least it's a 1-pointer at worst case. Oh wait, hold up. We're doing water and lightning here. Let's go. Let's try this list out. Alright, it only feels right to start Oricorio. Granted, if they have the other guy, it gets kind of rough, but they're not playing red card or anything that would require us to commit the hand to the board. No Mars, no red cards, so we're okay in that sense. In that sense, yeah. All right, Tapu Koko. That's probably our biggest threat, and they just don't use or don't know how to use it. Oof. Decisions, huh? Like, we definitely have Arceus to play here. Let's commit to Zubat. Let's do it. And do we outpace Aurora? Probably not. But building up Arceus, yeah, we could build up Arceus. If they find a way to get rid of Oricorio, we get rid of them. Pass turn. We're gonna save that slot, hopefully, for the second Oricorio, so then the repels don't matter. I guess that's the reason to put Froakie, just to like throw it into the wolves. Because right now a repel would hurt a lot, right? We would lose Zubat. Okay, here they're just ramping. Doesn't matter. Like, no damage is done. We're okay with that. Okay, another Zubat doesn't help us. Low-key, I want to commit this energy here, but they have Zorora ready to go next turn. You know what? I'll put the energy here just because I'm not sure how they'll react. Because if they go into the Zora, I don't know. I wish I knew how to pronounce these Pokemon, or I've heard them be pronounced before. That would help. Yeah, I knew Zubat was going to be Gonzo. Could really use the second Oricorio. I feel like the second Oricorio is like just GG's. They don't know how to respond to it. Granted, we could just knock out this Tapu Koko by going straight into Arceus right now. We will have to clog the board though with Froakie and Zubat, but I think the second Oricorio is better. So that, however, yeah, no, we're in a really tough spot. Because they're going to be able to swing at this no matter what. Actually, no, they're not going to be able to. I'm tripping. I don't know what I'm saying no more. Yeah, no, they will be able to swing at it because they could go Tapu Koko at energy. The only issue with that is that for the rest of the game, they're going to be able to Cyrus it out. So maybe this was too aggressive. I could have just gone Oricorio and been safe for the rest of the game. Now I'm at the mercy of a Cyrus play. You know, the correct play was definitely just to go into Oricorio and sit there and relax until I set up a Crobat or a Greninja. However, wait, we just win on the clapback. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm trolling. We just auto win here, right? No matter what they do, like they hit the Arceus, we just win. If they use Repel to survive, we put the Oricorio and still we're okay. Yeah, never mind. I was tripping for no reason. Funny enough, nothing in this list mattered besides the Oricorio. Oricorio basically won this by itself, and then Arceus obviously does Arceus things. Yeah, okay, so this list seems to work at least against Tapu Koko. Definitely have to see how it works against the Lycanroc. If we're able to just like copy and paste and beat Lycanroc, we'll kill 2 birds, 1 stone, just make it 1 video. I'm actually gonna... Let me see. Definitely taking its time to load, but whatever. Let's see here. Alright, before we get started on this, I am gonna go to the bathroom for like 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Where is this phone? I don't have it set up for the for the TikToks and stuff, but we'll be right back. Oh, we back, we back. Alright, let's see here. Oof, Luop. What's up, what's up? Just saw the chat from the vertical. I have, for some reason, I can't open it in OBS, but it is what it is. Let's go. We're just running out the same list, seeing if it works in this one. And again, aiming for 2 birds, 1 stone. But we could do tweaks to it if it had to be different. Alright, going second. Oricorio's only bad if they start like Lucario. Like, if they get into Lucario. Otherwise, we're chilling. Yeah, the Lucario in the back is fine because Riolu is a 2 energy attacker. They don't really care for that. Also, does this list have a Lightning Rock that they could search with that guy? I'm not tripping. Rockruff can't search Lightning Rock EX, right? Okay, so this time they're not. We don't have to bank on double Oricorio because they're not playing. What's the word? They're not playing Repel, so we're okay. Oh, because it's a random card that evolves from Rockruff. Why did in my head I like remembered it completely? Like it just searched Lycanroc. Okay, so that's actually a part of Lycanroc that I did not consider when I was doing my tier list video, because I just forgot. I didn't forget. Forget's not the right word, but I didn't realize or remember that that's the way Rockruff worked or was worded. Lucky for us, though, we don't care about this at all. We're scared if they start building up Lucarios, which they have like no intentions of doing, I guess. We do need to see Arceus, though, so that Crobat could do something. But at least in the meantime, we'll zap him. This is definitely a case where we take advantage of like the lack of, I don't know, brain power from these AIs and robots. Like, this guy has no intentions of using the Lucario whatsoever. Yep, you almost had me. Alright. Honestly, I wonder if once we knock out Passimian, would they finally give Lucario the energy? Or if there will be like... I think Lycanroc needs 2 more. Like, I guess we'll find out, right? This is all testing for a reason. Yeah, Shaman feels like Luster, though. Arceus, this would be great energy for Arceus, but... doesn't really matter at this point. If they really don't know how to play around Oricorio, this challenge is like a lot easier than I thought it was going to be off rip. Like for an only lightning, you could probably do only lightning, no trainers. If they don't play around, like if they don't use the Lucarios, you just do Oricorio and like 18 other lightning types, and just play and like keep retrying until you draw Oricorio. I don't even think, if anything, these cards don't matter. Like. Yeah, this is crazy. At least I felt like the... Wait, did Tapu Koko play around Oricorio at all? Actually, no. The reason that doesn't matter is because the Tapu Koko needs to be with all waters. So this doesn't fill the same requirement, but... I guess the moment of truth is... Do they finally start building up a Lucario? Actually, no. I wanted to knock out Passimian first to see if they would choose Lucario, but it honestly doesn't seem like they would. They have no intentions of attacking Lucario. Well, I stand corrected. I spoke too soon. But they giant caped the wrong one. I don't know what's going on no more. Alright, so you see, this is the type of stuff that I just don't get, but... Alright, so I'm gonna write it down. Lycanroc does not respect Oricorio. No intentions of attacking with Lucario. And that's GG, I guess. Okay, so yeah, to beat it with only lightning types, we just gotta play double Oricorio and try to find one. And that's the game. Got that down. Yeah, let's build an all lightning deck and see if it works against this Lycanroc, where all we do is the bird is very simple way to do these challenges. It really is. But what I wasn't expecting them was just to ignore how to, like, they had the out. They just had to give energy to Lucario and we just explode, right? But they just didn't. Like, it's not in their code, I guess. I don't know. So this is for the all lightning type deck. Go Oricorio. Then I feel like Magnezone is like a pretty easy go-to card here. You know what? Let's use the promo because we got it. Whoops. Okay, 2 there, 2 of you. What else is a good like lightning type Pokemon? Like generic. Whoops, I still have the Magnezone thing here. Okay, let's go lightning. Like, how do you feel a deck of 20 lightning Pokemon? I guess the Denes would buy us time if we don't draw Oricorio. Tapu Koko could swing for 70 and switch back to the bird. For whatever reason, we could technically do that. Low key because we can, maybe, just because we have them. It sucks to be doing this with the real answer just being like none of what we're adding matters as long as we draw the bird. And if we don't draw the bird, we just have to retry. I don't know if that makes for a good video. Lycanroc has 150 HP though, so I guess we could play the... Where'd he go? This one? I think I have a full art one. Yeah, we'll play that. What other random card could we add? They can't play item cards, doesn't seem relevant. At this point, it doesn't even matter. We're just putting cards that fill the slots. Concursion wouldn't come up. Electabuzz wouldn't come up. No trainer. Pachirisu is just horrendous. I guess for the sake of the game, we could do something like this. I don't know. Let's put Electrites. Pachirisu could technically ramp. What would you ramp? Like the Pikachu in the back line gets knocked out, then what? It would just be like flexing that I have shinies, that's about it. Let's go the Tapu Koko Pachu instead. And remove this. Although technically it stalls just as much as the Dene. You know, for the vibes. In theory, this should work. All we need to see is Oricorio. So most of the deck doesn't matter, to be honest. But if it beats both Lightning and no trainers at once, it's what people will look for. Like when they Google how to beat it with no trainers or how to beat it with only Lightning. You see, like, that's... So this is essentially game. Oh, never mind. Maybe they're forced to use Riolu and we get bodied. Nonetheless, there's nothing here that we actually need to build up, so we'll just pass. Let's see. Having access to the Riolu, if they're forced to build up Lucario, would they do it? Is the question here. It's starting to look like it, unless they just like completely bounced off after this. We're in dangerous territory here. Let's do something like this and see what happens. If they swing, we'll probably back out the Oricorio into Pachirisu and start ramping up Pikachu. However, I feel like they're gonna back into Rockruff and search, or back out into Lycanroc. Okay, never mind. Okay, so you see, there is a world where they use their heads and start attacking Oricorio. I wonder what happened in the first attempt, where they just like forgot how to act. Yeah, so maybe it's not as straightforward as I hoped. We definitely have to build up. If we build up Pikachu, we're kind of like losing to Lycanroc, right? We're definitely doing this. The Volt Switch doesn't really help us, right? However, it is enough to beat up Riolu, so I think we are gonna go with. I'm just scared of giving them 2 points with Pikachu. However, they do have Cyrus, so this Oricorio might be dead regardless. Yeah, it's not looking too good. We did this for science and the project did not work out. Part of me is still holding on to the moment they like start punting. But we'll see. I'm just waiting for them to like back out into like a Simeon X or something. Yes, this ain't gonna work too well. Let's give them the Oricorio so they can't Cyrus it away. But we're down to Cyrus regardless, no matter what happens here. Okay, they did grab the Tapu Koko. Do they have? I feel like they always. Okay, so we found their weakness. they have a built-up EX Pokemon. They just forget how to act. Write it down in the notes. Let's go here. It doesn't really matter if they just remember to build up Lucario, but they could definitely just back out into Lucario and win right now. Will they do that? I don't know. Okay, so they're not completely oblivious to how to beat this challenge, right? Alright, alright. Let's respect them a little bit more than I just did. And I feel like the no trainer challenge continues to be the list we already had though. And for the no trainer, I mean for the all lightning, it's definitely still gonna be a Tapu Koko Oricorio list, just one with actual trainer cards and like consistency and answers to Lucario if there is any. Which leads me to, let's try it one more time. This list was garbage. Let's delete this. And try this one more time. It also seems like it depends on what they start with, right? Like that time they were forced to build up Lucario, so it kind of like worked out for them. Alright, just real quick. Alright. Alright, so this is the Lichen Rock. And we started pretty abysmally. Probably sacrifice Shaman, it's a 1-pointer. Gives us time to draw something else. Alright. Not what we want to see, but what the... I definitely grabbed Giratina. I don't know why the Arceus put itself on the board. But here we are, I guess. The issue with this list is that Lycanroc is weak to Grass, not Psychic, so Giratina cannot one-shot here. Unless we see the Greninja line, of course. Passimian, on the other hand, completely gets bodied by Giratina. I'm not sold on Shaman, I just don't know what I would put instead. Like, I feel like Shaman allowing us to swap between Oricorios and stuff for free could be huge, but in a situation like this where we open it, it's like, it's just inevitably gonna go down. However, this is a, I was about to say, this is a build-up where we can actually take advantage, but not really. Wait. Oh, the Lucario. I'm like, wait, why did they hit us so hard? Yeah, Shaman feels really, really bad. I guess there was a world where we put Arceus first, just to take the hit. But again, they're playing Cyrus. And I forgot they have red on the list. Most of the time I ignore red because we're playing 3 diamonds or less. Yeah, no, this is as poor as an opening could be. We saw everything but like the basic Pokemon. Like, we could knock... Lucario just hits us for infinite. Like, the only way we have like a chance here is if they put all the energy on the Rockruff. I misplayed. I could have backed out. Yeah, never mind. The other play would have been to give Arceus the 3rd energy, back out into Arceus, fill the bench with the other Arceus and Giratina, and just hope that it's enough. Like that they didn't see their one Cyrus. Yeah, I punted that one. That's on me. I'm gonna take out that Shaman though. I don't like it. Whoops. What? And I can't cancel this. This is ridiculous. Alright. Click that by mistake. Alright, let's see here. Let's just go straight through the deck so I don't misclick again. Getting rid of the Shamans. The healing Shaman wouldn't be any better. Trying to think. The issue with like the Zeraora is that, yeah, it fuels itself, but again, if we see a water energy, it does nothing. And against Lycanroc, it's obviously not a good card. Really trying to think of like what card am I like just overlooking. Let's see colorless. There's always Kangaskhan. Farfetch is bad, whether it's against Tapu Koko or the other one. We could go Druddigon anyways. You know what? Let's go Druddigon. Yes, if we start with it, it's automatically like a free point we're giving them. Did I misspell it, or am I looking at colorless only? That's probably it. Yeah. Let's get rid of colorless. Let's go Druddigon and see how that works. Although maybe... Nah. There's a card that just came to mind. If this doesn't work, we'll look into it. Alright, the only time we get punished is if, I think we have to lead Druddigon just in case they do in fact have Lucario. Like the Riolu start? Okay, no, that's Passimian. So we would have preferred the Oricorio, but I think it's fine. If they repel or whatever, it's decent. And we have the Froakie line as well. Alright. I feel a lot better about this list. The Zubat is terrible in this situation because we don't have space for our Arceus. Let's start... Actually, there's no rush, right? They're gonna hit for 60. I guess we could start building this up. Pass there. Alright, let's see here. We got the Greninja. We can start poking at... I think we gotta get rid of Lucario, right? We can start building up Oricorio. Just pass. Alright, what we got is... Alright, I think now they fell back into the trap where they don't feed Lucario, which is huge. We could start doing this now. We could either build up Arceus or build up Greninja. Either one is solid. But Arceus is probably the pick, right? We almost don't want to knock out Passimian until Lucario's out the way, because if they fuel Lucario, then we're like back into a point where it matters. However, we're fine with doing it next turn, right? We knock out Passimian and we're one energy away from Arceus being able to attack. Okay, so they're gonna retreat themselves. Into what though? Into the Rockruff? I think we're okay with that. We're not gonna let them go into Lycanroc. Let's just... Because you see, even if they go Lucario and hit us for 80 and knock out Oricorio, we follow it up with Arceus for game. So that's why I'm fine with that. Although, if they've shown us anything, is that they're going to go into Passimian and just sit there. But who knows? I stand corrected, but at the same time proven, because it's like checkmate at this point. Yeah, so there goes Oricorio, but we're fine with that. I'm really wondering how we're gonna beat this with lightning only. But I guess that's a time for like, that's an issue for me in the future. Currently, we got the answer for, I believe, both Tapu Koko and Lycanroc. We'll do it one video where we beat them with this version. Wait, what? I just realized I killed 2 single point Pokemon. Alright, slight miscalculation, but we still get the W. Alright, so let's actually put that deck together in... Oops, not what I meant to click on, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, let's put it together here. On Limitless, I'm gonna build the deck so that we could have the proper list being displayed here. Which we have the frogs, Froakie, Frogadier, Greninja. Bro, that Greninja shiny looks so fire. Like, unfortunately, I pulled none of them, so it doesn't matter, but I did pull 2 shiny Froakies for what it's worth. And we'll start with the Tapu Koko one. Just need to put the list together. We decided to go with all cards. Of course, Oricorio. Can't do it without him. Giratina. Giratina didn't actually do what we wanted it to do, but it's in theory is correct, right? Zubat, we could actually play the one that could actually attack. We would change the Zubat to the one that deals 10 damage instead. Throwbats and Golbats. Although none of these actually ever saw the light of day in our example so far. Druddigon felt like okay, right? It wasn't that bad of a card. Arceus, that's the 20 card list. Organize it somewhat. I'm gonna go here. Also, I'm doing all of this off screen, obviously, but trust me, it'll make sense. I'm just putting together the list that you all see in the layout. If you're watching like not on your phone, I guess, like not the vertical versions. So where am I? Okay. It's like the type of detail that maybe like the viewers don't care for, but it's like let's go here. Rasterize. Sorry, that's being weird. There we go. Okay. Whereas no trainers. Okay. Alright. And that delay was all just for y'all to see this right now. Okay. Boom. Okay, so that's the list we're gonna be using for the no trainers. And let's face Tapu Koko first. And we're going second, which ideally I believe is better. We don't have like not too sure. However, we are going second, so again they're not playing Mars or red cards, so we don't have to worry about our hand like holding stuff, information or nothing. There's nothing that we're hiding. If anything, we're playing around an early game repel. That could be annoying. Let's see, here is the list that they're on. Yeah. Okay, they have their own Oricorio, doesn't affect us initially. We're definitely gonna commit to the Froakie line because we have Frogadier already. or Frogadier. And I guess if they repel, we rather put Oricorio up front. The other option, like had we not seen the bird, we would have gone like double Drotagon. But I think we're okay with this so far. This setup, almost didn't put down the energy. Sure, we'll put that down and pass there. Realistically, this is like a slow build-up. We're not trying to win any like any crazy. Realistically, we just set up Oricorio and they forget how to act. Is the game plan. Okay, so we definitely have the Greninja line. The lightning energy is nowhere to be found so far, but I guess just in case when we see it. I'm not worried about the things in the back line. Otherwise, I would put the Drotagon for after. Because this Drotagon's donezo. Okay, so you see. This is them not knowing how to play the game. But we're taking full advantage of it. Like, that's the point. Alright, you see nothing happened there. Giratina. We could build up Giratina to close out the game. Especially since we're not seeing the energy required to knock anything out that's on the board right now. Like, if we had the lightning energy, then maybe we don't have to depend on a Giratina. Let's go here and here. If they were to build up any of these guys in the back line, then we go to Drotagon. That's like the idea. We could technically knock out Tapu Koko with a Greninja, but then the energy starts going around. They're getting close to being able to attack with this thing, so maybe I'll start setting that up. What we really want to see, though, is a lightning energy. Okay, there we go. Let's start hitting... Low-key, we gotta start hitting this in the back line. Just in case he brings it up, we knock it out next turn, and we keep building this up. If they repel... I guess we put on Drotagon. So if they repel, we send that instead. Yeah. I think we're in a good spot to win it no matter what. But yeah, it's a hard carry from Oricorio, and then like the rest is all like support basically. Let's see. Okay, so at least they're aware of how to get out of the situation. But a little too late maybe. Because here we finally have our lightning energy. And we just double up here. And they have no way of getting Oricorio to attack next turn. And the second they put Oricorio up front, we just like knock it out with the Greninja if we needed to or wanted to. Yeah, so now they just put energy on Oricorio pass and we do the exact same thing. Oof. Let me hold that L actually. I forgot they had Dawn. That's definitely a play that they had access to. I think we're fine. No, because then Tapu Koko is definitely gonna hit us. I think we're fine. Yeah, we're okay. We're okay. Reason being, do we need to play any of these other cards? No. We go Water Shuriken here. And there you go. We get rid of Oricorio. And now we just hope that they go all out with the Tapu Koko that has energy on it. Otherwise, we are definitely in danger of like a Cyrus play. Okay, good. For a second, I was like, oh, we're in danger. But no, we should be fine. Alright, perfect. They committed to the... Yikes. We didn't survive by much, but we did it. Which is like what matters. Most of the time, they just don't know what to do with the Oricorio, which is like the game, like the way we win the game. Also, had we seen Arceus earlier, Arceus one-shots everything that they got going on, which is huge. But yeah, basically that's how you beat both Tapu Koko and Lycanroc, but this is the Tapu Koko example. Now we'll jump to a Lycanroc example. Alright, let's go to Lycanroc. Same deck. Lycanroc knows how to act even less again, in the face of an Oricorio. At least on paper. At least in practice. Now it's a real deal, we'll see. Alright, now with the Lycanroc example, we're going second. And as you can see, we started... Most likely just going to go Druddigon. Hope it holds it down while we figure out something. No repels to be like worried about this time. The only thing they have is a Cyrus that is technically is irrelevant, I believe. I'm trying to see like in what situation would it matter. They do have double Riolu, so the Oricorio play is not as flashy or as enticing, I guess. We do draw it though, so it is the win condition at the end of the day. We just gotta get rid of these Riolus. And we just gotta hope we see Greninja, I guess. Let's go 1 energy on Froakie. Druddigon's gonna be able to hold it down for a little bit, so. Here, Lycanroc. Okay, that makes it seem more like maybe they back out. Okay, they didn't do nothing there. Zubat, although we have Golbat, doesn't matter because without Arceus, you're not doing nothing. Let's give the energy here and pass right back. It's a little slow to set up, but once it gets going, it basically plays itself. Alright, we're actually fine with this because we follow it up with Oricorio. Like, if it gets rid of Druddigon, Oricorio gets the knockout, so... Let's give Oricorio the second energy here. And once again, pass. We're definitely looking for Arceus or the Greninja. Ideally, either one of those. Alright, there goes Druddigon. They go down to... Ideally, we see Greninja here and just get rid of Lucario as a whole. Otherwise, we basically throw Frogadier to... Frogadier, I don't know. Feel free to... Actually, I don't know how you would even type it in a way where I would understand how you're telling me to pronounce it, but... Yeah, let's just do that. Technically, now we could commit to Zubat. And we'll sacrifice the Frog. If it gets knocked out, it is what it is. Once Lucario's out of the way, or Oricorio's like free to do whatever it wants. Alright, X speed, so they're gonna get Lucario out the way. And luckily we survive. Wait, what? I forget the Lucario. I keep forgetting about Lucario's buff. I was like, oh, we survived this and just completely got exploded, right? So... But yeah, now we should be safe. Although they could just swap into Lucario and win, which is something I think they could recognize. But I guess that's what we're testing here. We were just a turn away from being able to do that. Yeah, I do think we lose this one. Because they should be able to just back out into Lucario. At least they should see the line, right? What would we have done differently? Druddigon obviously gives them a free point. Yeah, okay, so they're going to win here. Druddigon doesn't feel too good in this matchup. What would be better? Like, clearly, obviously, seeing the Greninja faster would have helped, but we didn't see that. Focusing back on the Darkrai version does not sound like a good idea either. I honestly thought we had it on that one. Again, when it comes to, like, if you follow me on YouTube, you'll see that I have, like, expert solo battles. Like, I go I usually do these in my own time. I haven't streamed until basically today. I streamed the last season of Ranked and now. And realistically, it's a grind just to get the list that you see on, because I'm very picky on, like, I want to make sure that whoever picks it up could just blindly use the deck and win. And clearly that's not the situation currently, so we got to see what I could improve of the list as it is. Because in practice, before I committed to this list, they saw Oricorio and didn't know what to do. We just like auto beat them. Now they gained a brain. I don't know. They became sentient or something. Let's see here. Drotagon definitely feels like a weak point. The Giratina seems like too slow. Like no matter what, they build up so fast. But going into the Darkrai version feels... Let's go back to Darkrai and keeping Giratina. Let's see if that works out. Let's go back to Darkrai. Does that fix any problem though? Like, let's say we lead Darkrai, that's terrible. We're still hoping on opening... Yeah, it doesn't solve much of the problems that we have. Like, the only thing this fixes is if we see the Zubat line, we're able to, like, Crobat could attack for 50. Like, that's about it. That's, like, the only benefit from playing the Darkrai version. That just doesn't feel like it's the answer either. Trying to think. What cards would I've used before? Technically, Farfetch is an option. We could try Kangaskhan again, but again, it falls very hard against the Lycanroc build. Let's read, what's this card called? No. It's 80 HP, never mind. For that, I would play the Bicycle. I forgot what it's called. There's a promo of it. Where is it? Cyclizar. It does 20 and then it starts doing 40 after that. But again, it's weak to fighting. That's very bad as well. We're thinking of a deck that has let's see. There's a psychic type Pokemon that just came to mind. I don't know if I'll find it though. No. Whoops, did not mean to click on that. None of these. Nope. Was it this? Yeah, it was these. Never mind. It was like a generic way of answering to the fighting Pokemon, but we just get clapped up by Pessimian and stuff like that. Tapu Lele is not good enough for the situation. This Clefairy is not good enough. Hypnotic could technically search Pokemon. That we could do like a 1-1 line of that. It won't solve anything, but it works on the bench. Nothing's convincing me right now. Yeah, the Drogon didn't feel good. Basically, we're trying to find an answer to when they leave Lucario. What to do. Palkia wouldn't work. Whoops. Yeah, no, Psychic's not the answer. It was the fly that I was thinking of, but it doesn't. It's very poor at the situation. Let's go back to colorless. We could try Kangaskhan again. It just gets hard. It hit really hard, and after a few tails, I'm gonna be frustrated. We need something like more consistent, if that makes sense. Like maybe Meowth because it draws, but then also it just falls immediately. Fan Rotom's too sacky. Wigglytuff, like a 1-1 line of Wigglytuff to heal. I don't think that's enough. I hate that art. The fact that I have 19 is crazy. Yeah, no, nothing's jumping out at me as the answer. Maybe there's an ability that I'm looking over. That would help. Can I check by ability? With ability, okay. Okay, none of these. We could put stuff to sleep. If it was on a basic Pokemon, maybe I'll think about it. Rough Skin. If Dusknoir wasn't so expensive, like if we were able to use Rare Candy, I would consider Dusknoir. Take the damage off of everything, but our issue's not healing. It's just like surviving hits that we don't have access to, like surviving currently. Rotom would technically work with the Arceus, but then that's another like missing piece to like way too many cards. Unfortunately, it's an evolution, so doesn't meet the requirement I was looking for. Maybe this works. Once it, like, I guess annihilated, it deals 50 damage to whatever hit it. That could do something. It doesn't survive long, but let's try that out. It's water. We could poke with 24 with it. Wait, one bad. That's part of the energies that's supposed to be there. Let's see. Realistically, we'll probably call it after a few more tries with this deck. The plan was to stream for 3 hours and we're at 2:30. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is brutal. Starting with Giratina here. However, if they don't find the Lucario line, we could easily just back out into Oricorio next turn. But then we're at the mercy... Actually, no, we're not at the mercy of Cyrus because they can't attack this upcoming turn. However, we are at the mercy of them just using Repel. We don't care for this too much. Yeah, so far not looking too good, but it could be worse. Let's back out into Oricorio here. I guess if they're gonna use repels, we'd rather send this out than a Giratina. Not sure how I feel about that card yet, though. Okay, so far it seems like we got them locked into not knowing what to do with themselves. We appreciate those. Start building this up. We could really use the Froakie because we already have the rest of the line. There's the Froakie. Okay, things are coming together. We could attack with Oricorio already, but I think I want to have Giratina like available to close it out after like whatever goes down. We're in a world where technically I could back out into Giratina this upcoming turn, get rid of Passimian. And I don't think they have an answer to Giratina, right? Yeah, we could just do that. That's because they'll give the 2 energy to anything, it doesn't really matter. Let's keep the lightning energy, not mess that up. Give the energy right there. And chaotic impact. It hits for 150 due to weakness. And now no matter where that energy goes, they can't knock us out. If they had Lycanroc available, then obviously would have played it slower and just poked with Oricorio until it was game. Now, does this guy feel like the answer to our problems? Not really, if I'm being honest. But technically it would have worked, right? It would have done... like it kind of answers our issues. And yep, we just finish it off with one more swing here. All right, so this list tends to work out, seem to work out. Let's see if it works out with Tapu Koko. Alright, which if we go here, file, open and place. Rasterize, delete here. Stroke, boom. Export as. Alright, then we go here real quick. Alright, let's see if we could beat Tapu Koko with this list. Alright, going second against Tapu Koko. Which ideally, honestly, depending on what their start is, just this Oricorio could close it out, honestly. If they lead the guy that self-charges, it could get a little awkward. Okay, an Oricorio mirror. That could also be awkward. But we do have advantage, so hopefully our second energy is lightning and we could attack immediately. Hey, electrical cord. Annoying, but not really like game changing, right? That is more than annoying. Let's see. And no electrical energy to back us up is also could be an issue. I know we're playing right into repel, but I think we gotta hope. Like this Oricorio is gonna lose the mirror match, basically. We gotta hope that we could either build up Giratina in time, or see Crobat, like the Crobat line perfectly. I guess I could have started building up Arceus as well. That's a mistake right there. Interesting. I say interesting, but like it's the same result. Like our Oricorio is in trouble. Yeah, putting the energy on the Oricorio is definitely a misplay. maybe we'll be able to recover from it anyways. Now we would have had Arceus ready to swing already. Yeah, no, that was game costing actually. Can you tell that we've been playing Pocket for over 2 hours and it's like past midnight, but that's no excuse for playing bad. Technically, we're not out of it yet. I think putting Arceus up front to take a hit for 50 puts us at 90. Yeah, that's... I guess I could have put Giratina as well. Again, remember they're playing Repels, they're playing Cyruses, so this is gonna be rough. It's gonna come down to the wire. The Tapu Koko's ready to swing already, which is rough as well. Okay, so they went. You know what? We'll take advantage of it. Do we have? Yeah, let's give them the Zubat then. Not sure why they played it that way, but I'm not gonna complain. Only issue is that the Zubat is going to take a little longer to not get knocked out, but... Alright, now we have access to both Pokemon. We should be able to close out from here. Granted, had I played it correctly, which is given Arceus the first energy instead of Oricorio from the very beginning, we would have already been in a position to win the game. But it's fine. Now it just feels like they're playing slow on purpose. I don't know what's going on there. We could switch and Giratina knock out this Tapu Koko, but then if they bring in Oricorio, we don't have a way of knocking them out. I don't know if would they see that is the question. I guess we just gotta do it because that's like our win condition. Let's see how they react to this. They're already playing it awkward. I guess they saw that they didn't have a build-up, like post. I'm assuming they'll send out Oricorio because we can't knock it out, but that'd be like giving them way too much credit. I don't know what it is about these expert solo battles specifically. I've never seen them think so much like between plays here. They're probably gonna Cyrus out the Zubat. That's my only guess of why they went out with this guy. And I don't know if it's just me. Is he like one of like the worst arts in the game? Like, and I'm not talking about the actual art. The art looks great. I'm talking about how it's like rendered. It almost feels like, I don't know. It could be just me that thinks that. It's just when I see it, it seems like it's like in, I don't know, what, like 360p or something. Like everything else is like high definition, and then that guy's like blurry. I was watching a stream earlier. I think it was Judy. He was playing basically this list in a tournament, and I could not tell what this card was like on his deck list. I was like zooming in, like screenshotting it so I could go like even further, and I just could not tell what that card was until I think like in game he played it, and I was like, oh, that's what that was the entire time. So that was a whole lot of thinking to do exactly what I said like 5 minutes ago, which is the reason they brought this guy out was because they had a Cyrus play. That does not alter the result of the game at all, but just gonna make the video a little bit longer once I condense it to a YouTube video, I guess. But yep, this list tends to work out. Is the big change of playing the Needle guy that when he gets knocked out, does anything make a change? I don't know. But it works out. This list should work more often than not. At least on paper. Regardless, we'll try it against Lycanroc and see if it works out with that as well. And if it works there, then we'll probably call it. And then next time I stream, we'll do the other 3 solo battles. The other 2 solo battles. As well as Tapu Koko all water and Lycanroc all lightning. We'll leave those for another stream. But yeah, let's just beat Lycanroc with this list. Should be consistent. It feels like it should be, anyways. And now against Lycanroc, we go second. No hand disruption, so we don't have to commit too much to the board. Froakie is not ideal, but Giratina would cost us too many points. So realistically, we're just going to hide behind Froakie for as long as possible. Granted, that could be like 2 seconds. I guess that's the advantage of going second, right? They won't be able to attack for a while because Riolu takes 2 energy, Passimian takes 2 energy, Lycanroc takes 3. Granted, they have... The only thing that turn 1 could do something for them, like with 1 energy, is the Rockruff searching for Lycanroc, and that's about it. We have a Froakie to put in the backline to evolve into if need be. We could technically attack with this Froakie, but for what? It won't really change the math. I also don't want to clog our zones with the second Froakie, so let's just do this. That way we find the evolutions, the evolution line, like the Frogadier. We're able to, we already have the waters secured. Communication. I didn't even notice that was on their list. Yeah, they have 1 communication. Yeah, this Lucario is going to start swinging quite hard. Luckily, we didn't draw one of those hands that are dependent of... What was that? And do we bank on seeing Arceus? Why not, I guess, is like the only answer I could say. Especially if they're just going to sit on a... This reads of a hand that has double X speed already. Like, I cannot tell you why they would start fielding this instead of... Yeah, Oricorio would have exploded in this situation. Yeah, straight into Rockruff. Okay, it wasn't double X speed, but yeah, they definitely were playing to get out of the way. Oof. This is tough, because if we were in a situation where we could knock this out immediately, it'd be perfect. But we're not in that situation. We could really use Arceus so that this Crobat could deal 30 and we knock it out with Giratina. Or, you know what? Let's... No, because we can't attack. Like, my idea was let's attack with Golbat, but then Giratina's not ready to finish it off. So let's buy 1 more turn. Regardless, Lycanroc can't attack next turn. It needs 3 energy to attack. So, worst case, we swap into Golbat, punch it for 40. They're not playing any heals. The only 1 cape they have, they already used it on Lucario in the back. What is this energy placement? I don't know what's going on. What in the... I guess we're guaranteed seeing Greninja next turn. I want to hold Crobat because, again, they have no way of manipulating our hand. I guess we just hit them for 30. And if they stay in with Lycanroc, which they shouldn't, they're playing as if they're going to swap into Passimian. We back out. I have no words. I don't know what just happened, but I guess it works. This just feels like such a bad example for like a video though. Because like, what are the chances that they would just play like this bad? We'll probably run it back after this one, honestly. We'll go into this. Almost misclicked, but clearly they have intentions of going into this afterwards. Let's just back out into this. Crobat has free retreat, so we could do that instead as well. And we'll just get our knockout. But Passimian could... It's going to hit for 100, which hurts. But it can't knock us out. At most, they could do 110, because they do play red. But again, that's not enough to beat us. I just realized I didn't place that energy. I would have given it to Greninja, I guess, but again, doesn't matter. No target, which means their hand is the other Passimian and another Rockruff and a blank. And we just win just like that. Honestly, I don't know what they were doing, so I'm going to try to run it back 1 more time in hopes to like show off the deck we're using a little bit better, but if anything, it's proof that we could definitely beat it without losing any points or anything. So, and that's with a no trainer deck. So, GG's. Alright, this is probably the last attempt of the video. I mean, of the stream. Hopefully it's the last attempt for a video, as long as it works out right. Alright, against Lycanroc, we're going second. And we could start... We have the option of starting Oricorio. The only issue is that if they have Riolu leading. But if they have Passimian or Rockruff, we're set with this. Again, we don't have to put anything in the back line. They don't play Mars. They don't play red card. So we're safe. Alright, so far so good. Again, going second against this matchup is very good. Mainly because the only thing that they could do turn 2, like turn 1 they do nothing. Turn 2, the most they could do is search with Rockruff. If they led with anything else, they actually do absolutely nothing. Alright, so we're clearly gonna build up to this. And I guess until they don't threaten us with Lucario, we have no need to build up Oricorio and attack with it. So we could commit an energy to guarantee the water energy on a Froakie for a potential attack with Greninja. And Giratina. Once we have Giratina with 3 Psychics, then we'll go in. Or the other option is if we start seeing them commit to Riolu. Or in this case, Lucario, right? If they start doing that, we'll also respect it. But unlike the Tapu Koko list, okay, so that means their hand already has double Lycanroc. Double Lycanroc, 3 blanks. Let's go Frogady here. If we were playing against Tapu Koko, we definitely put this down just in case they have Repel. But in this given situation, we don't fear anything of that just yet. So we'll leave that space open for... Realistically, not too sure what would make a difference here, but yeah, I guess it's better safe than sorry to leave the spot open. Let's give Oricorio its guaranteed energy. And right here, go into this. Alright, so for whatever reason, they didn't evolve last turn. And they do have the Lycanroc. Okay, yeah. Alright. Okay, so that's just normal for them to do. Like, I guess it's because they see Oricorio. They start spreading their energy and they don't build up Lycanroc. I would say for like whatever reason, but the reason's clear. Since the Lycanroc can't attack, they just don't know what to do. Which the answer would be charge up Lucario, but they don't do it sometimes, I guess. Because if you're on the stream as I was recording this video, you would have seen them randomly gain consciousness and know what to do properly. But as planned, we're going to give our 3rd Psychic Energy to Giratina. And now the following turn, we start poking damage with our Oracle. I completely missed on using Greninja's ability. It's okay. We're just flexing how easy this game is going to be. Okay, they bring out Passimian. We don't care for it. Realistically, Passimian is kind of scary. Yeah, the better option to knock out first is definitely Lycanroc, because if we knock out Passimian with Giratina, Lycanroc does come back for the revenge knockout. However, knocking out Lycanroc first, Passimian and Lucario can't do anything to the Giratina in return. But luckily, we're not in a situation where it truly matters. Let's set up Lucario in a way where even if they bring it out, we get it out the way. And let's start poking at this Passimian here. Lucky for us, it would take more turns than they have access to. And unlike the Tapu Koko that surprised me with the Dawn play because I forgot it had it, they do not have access to Dawn in this set, so in this deck, so we're good to go. At least we should be. Let's continue to I guess get Giratina ready. This Lucario should already be at 40. That's my mistake. I forgot to use Greninja the first turn. And the reason we're not setting up Zubat is because without Arceus, Zubat doesn't do anything. And then nothing else really matters. Again, if we were playing against Tapu Koko, we definitely put this guy down. Just to play around... I'll get it. Play around to Repel. but they're not playing Repel and any other list in the expert solo battles. Okay, so now that they committed to this, we definitely just knock it out with Giratina and lock out the game. There's nothing to be afraid of. Let's get rid of the water energy. I guess we could replace it. No reason not to. And right there, knock out Lycanroc, and that's basically game. There's nothing they could do from this point that matters. Passimian will hit us for 80, which is like spooky, but doesn't really affect us. And if they bring out Lucario, it does not have enough energy to attack, so we're basically fine. Yeah, so this is definitely the list I'm gonna go with. We didn't really see this do anything in either video, but the concept of why it's there, trust me, makes sense. After enough testing, it fits the role of like just filler, just right enough where it could attack. If it gets knocked out, it hits the opponent for 50, which is a significant amount. It puts everything that threatens Oricorio in range to knock it out, basically. And yeah, there's not much to say here. Just swing for the game. And once again, we beat it. We beat these things without giving a single point. So we get that. We get the no trainers. I will make a separate video on how to beat these with the specific type, lightning only for Lycanroc and water only for Tapu Koko. But as far as no trainers, this list is very solid, very consistent. It's all you really need. So yeah, with that, we've been streaming for how long at this point? Just 5 minutes away from the 3-hour mark. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll be able to stream tomorrow because full transparency, it's currently right now it's the anniversary of me and my wife, so we'll probably do something. Granted, not sure what exactly we'll be able to do, but it's possible that won't be a stream. Granted, whatever the next stream is, we'll be working on the other 2 solo battles, which is Guzzlord, which actually has like a very easy way to beating it. Like I already have it like written down. Like I've already played and seen what the list have, so that one's gonna be pretty simple. And the Alolan Ductrio is one that I haven't really played around with. All I know is that I'm gonna play Guzma because I gotta get rid of these tools. Outside of that, we'll see. It has to be all water for some reason. The fact that they made 2 of there's only 5 new expert solo battles and 2 of them need only water was kind of like, okay, like completely like against my creative like flow, but whatever, we'll figure it out. That's basically what we'll be streaming until ranked mode is open. Once ranked mode is open, we'll be grinding that, looking for top 100 this season. Regardless, thank y'all for tuning in. If you were either on TikTok or vertically on YouTube, I gotta figure out how to have that chat open where I could like respond to y'all. So sorry if I just like left y'all talking to yourself, but I appreciate y'all watching regardless. For Twitch and YouTube, I was on it the entire time, so I appreciate y'all for tuning in on that as well. And that's it for me now. Hopefully to more streams, to more viewers. I appreciate the 2 follows we got, Dante and Joseph. And that's enough yapping, right? I think. Let me make sure everything's set. Yep. Thanks for watching and stay pro.